My parents banned me from attending my sister's wedding for being poor until the groom shouted, "That's my boss," when he saw me waiting outside the church in my $50 Target dress. My mother had said in the family group chat that I would embarrass everyone by showing up in thrift store clothes while the groom's guests were all executives. But she didn't know that for 3 years I had been CEO of the startup where Jason had just been promoted to junior manager. Her face went white when Jason ran up to me apologizing for the misunderstanding and insisted I sit at the head table, right next to his parents who were investors in my company. I stood on the stone steps of St. Michael's Cathedral in downtown Seattle, smoothing down my simple navy dress. The fabric was polyester, not silk. The cut was flattering, but unmistakably off the rack. I had chosen it deliberately. Around me, wedding guests and designer labels glided past, their jewelry catching the June sunlight. Women in Chanel suits air-kissed each other. Men in custom Italian shoes checked expensive watches. Nobody looked at me twice. I was invisible, exactly as my family intended. Through the massive oak doors, I could hear the string quartet warming up. My sister Victoria's wedding was 20 minutes from starting. I had my invitation in my purse, the one that had arrived by mail 4 months ago with elegant calligraphy spelling out my name. But 3 days ago, everything changed when my mother posted in our family group chat, "Caroline, we've decided it's best if you don't attend the wedding. Victoria's concerned about appearances. And frankly, we can't have you showing up in thrift store clothes when Jason's family and all his executive colleagues will be there. You understand, we'll send you photos." The text had continued, my mother's words dripping with concern that was really contempt. Jason just made junior manager at Tech Venture Solutions. His parents are successful investors. Everyone attending is from their world, their level. We love you, sweetheart, but you've made your choices about your career and lifestyle. Victoria deserves her perfect day without worrying about how her older sister looks in comparison. My father had added a single message. Your mother's right. Sometimes family means knowing when to step back. My younger brother Ethan, always eager to pile on, had written, "Come on, Caro. You know how Mom and Victoria are about these things. Just skip it. We'll grab coffee next month or something." Not a single person had defended me. Not one voice had said what they were suggesting was cruel or wrong. I had read those messages sitting in my corner office on the 42nd floor of the Columbia Tower, looking out over Elliott Bay. My assistant had just brought in my afternoon coffee. I had 3 acquisition meetings scheduled for the following week. My company's valuation had just hit $800 million, and my family genuinely believed I was struggling financially because I didn't talk about my work, didn't flaunt my success, and still preferred simple clothes and a modest lifestyle. They had no idea, none of them. 6 years ago, when I left my corporate job to start my own company, they had staged an intervention. "You're throwing away your future," my mother had said. "You had a stable salary, benefits, a 401k. Now you're going to be eating ramen in some shared apartment." My father had been blunter. "You're not an entrepreneur, Caroline. You're not cut out for that kind of risk. You should find another corporate position before you end up broke." Victoria, then 24 and fresh out of college with her marketing degree, had hugged me with exaggerated sympathy. "I'll always be here for you, even when you fail. That's what sisters do." Only Ethan had been excited at first, asking if I would make millions. When I explained startups usually lost money for years before becoming profitable, he had lost interest immediately. "So you're basically unemployed," he had concluded. I had tried to explain